Swanson. Come on up!
Neighbor that you don't know. High five a stranger right now.
Oh, you're a stranger?
I need that.
You guys are a crazy group, I'll tell you what. How y'all doing? Yeah, that's what I thought. How do you feel? How do I look? I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I heard. Hold on. I gotta do something. Hold on.
Here, I'll get this one.
Thanks, Andy. Where are you, Andy? She said, take off the black. So here I am. And apparently I got Spanx on now. I don't know what they are, but male Spanx. Don't laugh. You gotta slim down, right? That's what she says. So, I really appreciate you guys, and I'm here to have some fun, but I want to kind of calm it down just a tiny bit. How many of y'all have seen me before in any of the knocks or around the world? Let me see, raise your hands. Awesome. How many of y'all have not seen me yet? Awesome. Look at the crowd. Wow. Okay, good. I'm just gonna have a seat with y'all, if that's okay with you. Say yes.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm so excited about that. So, what I want to do is I kind of want to have just a conversation, just what I call straight talk. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So what I want to do is, here's the deal. I've been traveling around for years. Got started 15 years ago. Traveling around and sharing stages, and they call me the energy guy, you know, the awesomeness. I bring the awesome to the crowd, to the party. Can you feel it right now? Just from where I'm at right now. And, thanks, I appreciate that. But what I want to do is I want to kind of just tell you, I know this is so hard for me to tell you, but I'll just be super honest with you. I was not always this awesome. No, don't laugh. No, it's serious. I'm being serious. I know you guys are kidding. You're like, no way, right? No, seriously, John, I told you, man. People think that, and they thought that I was not born this way. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna correct myself. I was born this way. No, I definitely were. You get my point. I was born this way, but I did not grow up in an environment to promote my awesomeness. And I'm being serious now. Have you ever had a character building childhood? Can anyone relate to that? I call it character building. Or CWC, which is really childhood with challenges, right? I call it that now, but back then, you know what I called it? This sucks. That's what I called it back then. Now, I have awesome parents. They rock. The problem with my growing up was they rocked. You know what they rocked? They rocked work not from 9 to 5, but from like 7 to 7. Yeah. Can you all relate? Does anyone have parents that they're amazing, I love them, but it seemed like I was kind of figuring it out myself, you know, on my own. And it got worse. My brother, cool guy, he decided that he was gonna rename my name. You know what I thought it was? Get out of here. And then I'm like, dude, that's not my name. He's like, okay, get lost. He kept on changing my name, but it was kind of similar to that. So my point is, I need to, you know, look to find, I was like a struggling kid, a teen, you know, and try to find my way. Do you know anyone like this or in the past? Don't raise your hand, okay? But what I decided to do was change some things around. And then, you know, going to school, I mean, I grew up in Washington, D.C. area, so I had a choice. And guys, I've been here for the last 3 days, amazing speakers, all my friends. Oh, I love it. James, are you still in the house? Oh man, James. When's the date of James is in the house, guys? Give him a round of applause. Yeah. James, real quick, I'm going to your boot camp coming up. It's April 25, 26, 27?
28.
4 days. You guys gotta go. How many of y'all are speakers? How many of y'all are speakers? How many of y'all are aspiring speakers? How many of y'all can't get a word in edgewise with a bunch of speakers during the breaks? James, quick thing. Just give me your idea of our events together in just 2 seconds.
I've spoken for a lot of events, and Erik puts on a first class. He does events, public events, and he's had me speak twice, and I know Greg's spoken a lot. And he puts on a first class event, treats you great if you're a speaker and you have an opportunity, because it's not easy to get on his stage. If you have an opportunity to speak for him, you got to go do it. The first class event, we're doing a couple more coming up in Texas. We did one in DC and Texas also, in the Dallas area. And first class, he takes care of his people, not just you as a speaker, but his whole audience. So he really cares, and it's very rare in this world of seminars today to find people like Greg and Erik who actually care about the participants.
Oh, thank you. Wow, thank you. I really appreciate you saying that, James. Wow. And you know, thank you so much. And I came from a background, you know, there's a lot of challenges, and thank God I never had these huge adversities and challenges that a lot of us have heard over the last few days, you know, from speakers and touching stories. And my challenge was, I just had to, you know, it was growing up in Washington, D.C., I had a choice. Either hang out with the guys doing drugs, or hang out with other guys doing drugs. Did I mention it was Washington, D.C.? Did I mention, is Cowboy Don still here? It was public school, all right? Need I say more? So I decided to make a choice. And which choice do you think I chose? Either drugs or drugs? No, you guys are crazy. No, I didn't choose. Come on. I found out there was a third choice. I chose me. I chose to hang out with myself. And then I needed to learn and grow. So I decided, right then and there, I decided to make a commitment to myself. So I graduated high school, barely, and ended up getting a job, sales job. Anybody in sales here? Anyone in a sales atmosphere? Yeah? Anybody in sales marketing? Anyone not raising their hand? Everyone's hand should be up, right? Okay. Yeah, I got a job in sales, and this was awesome. I thought I was gonna be so good at sales, and guess what I was? I sucked. I really, no, I was lousy at sales. I had no idea what I was doing. I actually called them. People would ask me, hey, what do you do? And I said, and I'm not gonna tell you when this was. It was years ago. I'll save you the math. But it just, and they would say, you know, what do you do? And I said, instead of saying I'm in sales because I thought it was a negative connotation, I ended up changing it around. I said I'm in R&D. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. R&D, right? Research and development, right? I'm thinking this is perfect. But little did anyone know what R&D really meant to me. You want to know what it meant? It meant ramen noodle days. That's what it meant. Yeah, thanks for laughing and applauding. That was awesome. Yeah, I lived on this stuff. I was, you know, top ramen noodles. Do you guys know these? Who knows what top ramen noodles are? Let me say, wow. Okay, what are you clapping for? You like the hot top? Tell you what, who just clapped? Who wants a top ramen noodle? I got one for you somewhere. There you go, Eldridge, pass that back there. All right, so guys, it was my top ramen noodle days. If you don't know what these are, they're like 6 for $1, 5 flavors, beef, chicken, pork, shrimp, oriental. I used to live on this stuff. I was broke and stupid at the same time. I actually thought that I was gonna write a book about how to make top ramen noodles, and then I realized the people, the book is like 19 bucks, the people eating them could not afford the book in the first place, right? Then I got fired from my job. Has anyone here been guilty of getting fired from a commission-only job? A job you don't get paid for in the first place. You don't have to raise your hand. Don't raise your hands. You know what they wanted is they wanted the space, the computer space or whatever. So they kicked me out. It caused pain in my life. And it caused enough pain for me that I needed to change some things around. I didn't want to stay there. I didn't want to stick there. How many of y'all have stuck there before? And you don't have to raise your hand, just go like this, go, or go. Yeah, it's you know, stickability is a totally different subject of Greg's. I love it, but getting out of your own way. You know, who's your biggest competitor usually is who? You. Yourself. Our limiting belief factor. You know, Greg and I were talking the other day about, you know, sometimes we need to fire ourselves and then rehire ourselves in a different capacity. So it caused pain in my life. I searched out some things right then and there. I decided, you know, I'm going to change some things around. I did 3 commitments to myself. I said, I'm going to find mentors. I'm going to develop my own system. And I'm going to commit to myself every day to learn and grow. Like Jim Rohn used to tell us, right? Work harder on yourself than your job or your career. What do? You know, don't say, oh, I sell this or I offer this. No, you change people's lives, right? And that's really what I needed to change my mental atmosphere about that whole system. So I developed something called habitudes. Habitude warrior. How many of y'all have my habitude creed? Does anyone have that? Oh, thanks. How many of y'all have those hanging in your house? I guess. So just say house. All right. Yeah, and it's just a creed to myself. I don't have one on me. I'll get you one later if you like. It's a creed that I say to myself that I'm the best. I am focused. I will succeed. I believe in myself. I set high expectations. I don't let others bring me down. How many of y'all know people who do bring you down? And you allow them to bring you down as well. And you don't change that stickability. You don't change where you are. You know, I learned something that the answers have changed from year to year, but the questions might be the same. It's almost like Albert Einstein, 1942, I believe it was, administered an exam to the senior class of Oxford University. And he gives out his exam, and his assistant comes up and says, Dr. Einstein, do you realize we just gave the same exact exam, the same questions this year from last year? It's the same questions to the senior class this year. Isn't that an issue? Isn't that a problem? Should we pull these exams? And Dr. Einstein said, no, dude. Well, I don't know if he said, I don't know if he, would that be cool? I mean, seriously, that'd be so cool. No, dude, seriously, don't worry about it. Like in the British accent. No, he said, can you imagine? He says, no. The questions may be the same, but year to year, guess what changes? The answers change. So we need to change with the answers as well. How many of y'all has business changed from last year to this year? Bernie, we talk about that exponentially. It changes from year to year. Are you changing your habits and your attitude? That was the genesis of my habitude training. And it was all about changing my inner habits and my external habits, obviously, as well as my attitude. We all needed an attitude adjustment. So one of my habitude trainings is really the power of the 6 C's. And it's C's as in, you know, the letter. And really it's easy. It's clarity, having clarity. Yeah, if you want to write this down, please. Clarity, character, credibility, communication, consistency, commitment. This is, we send our coaching clients, our students, through a system to harness all of these areas. And just talking about commitment and having character. I mean, having character, what's that mean to you? It means 2 major things to me. One is having the character that somebody recommends you to somebody else and says, you know what, that person does this thing, the right thing at all times, right? All times. How many of y'all meet people who say one thing, yet their body language says a whole completely different thing? Have you noticed that before? Have you noticed some people who look at you and they're talking to you, yet they're not talking to you, they're talking through you or past you? Yeah. How many of y'all have high-fived me over the last couple days? Who's high-fived me today? I mean, the last couple days. Yeah. How many of y'all have high-fived somebody else today? Oh, wow. Really? Oh, well, I just had you do that, didn't I? Come on. I walked into that one, didn't I? That's hilarious. All right. Now, you'll know I high-five. That's one of my habitude trainings. I teach people to high-five 5 strangers by noon. I do this in every single market I go to, every single city except New York City. Everyone else, I do it everywhere else except New York City. Don't do it there. But it's amazing. You know, I was talking to Michael Drew. Are you still in the room here? Michael's awesome. The Pendulum book is amazing. And what we're talking about is that transfer of enthusiasm. All it is that transfer of enthusiasm. So I want to enthusiastically harness somebody else's attitude and really encourage them to better themselves. And I do this everywhere. Let me tell you a quick story. I went into motor vehicles in Houston, Texas. I ordered some license plate tags for my car in Texas. And I had to go and get them, actually. You can't just like send somebody to go get your license plate vanity tags. By the way, it says habitude, so that's me. If you see me anywhere, that's me, habitude. So what I did was I went ahead and ordered these license plates, and I walk in. I have to go to motor vehicles and literally go get my tags. So I walk in. Here I am. You know me. I'm pretty cheery. So I'm walking in. I'm going da, 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 and I look here and I look here. I'm like, this is awesome. There's no line. And they're like, no, it's over there. And I look over here, and there's like 50 people standing right in front of me. Just right in front of me. And most people will be like, oh my gosh, look at all these people. You know what I said to myself? I said, look at all these people. This is awesome. So what I did was I went ahead, and I literally I stood back in line here, and I went, and he high-fived me. Right? And then I go, pass it on. Yeah. So get this. Here I am, and I can hear this, right? And then it goes, and it's zigzagging, okay? And I'm looking over here. Then I see it coming back towards me. This is awesome. So I get this, I don't know, 10th high five or something, right? Then it keeps on going. It's like that Shrek line. Have you seen Shrek going in and out of the line? So it's going back and forth, back and forth. All of a sudden, now check this out. I'm looking over here, and all of a sudden, I feel this tug on my shirt on this side. And I couldn't figure out what it was, so I turn, and I see no one. I don't see anyone there. Then I look down a little bit, and there's this little tiny lady. Like little, okay? I just remember her being short. I don't know why, but she looks at me and she goes like this. Oh, crossed arms and all, okay? Yeah, and she looks at me like this, and she goes, are you the guy disrupting my motor vehicle line? It gets worse. I said, yes. I mean, have you ever met that person that's like really tiny yet really powerful looking? Yeah, that was that. So I was like, yes, I believe that's me. And she goes, well, stop doing it. This is the motor vehicles. It is supposed to be negative. You are changing the whole atmosphere in this place. You know what I said? Are you serious? This is what I asked her. You know what she said? She said, no, I just wanted a high five. Do it really low. I was like, I don't think I can get that low, I'll be honest with you. She's like, so and this isn't the point of the story, but she walked me through the line and kind of got me right in and out. Now, I'm not saying to use my high five theory for evil. Use it for good, okay? I want to be very, very clear about that. I'm getting the 4-minute mark right now, but that was like 3 minutes ago, so I'm buying more time. But let me ask you this. So I had to change. Thank you. I had to change some things around. How many of you all have your own high five of yours? Yours. I know Del Toro talks. Oh wow, I love it. You know, throwing your own confetti in front of me. It's awesome. I know a lot of you need to have your own party like that. And a lot of us are leaving it up to other people, like Deepak says, right? Are you allowing other people to rent space in your mind, and you're not even charging them rent for it? So I want to fast forward this and just explain this. I went from it doesn't matter where you come from, right? Is that right? What's the matter? Where are you going? Where are you going? I mean, are you the action type of person? And are you going certain places, or are you sticking and not learning and not growing, not moving you to the next level? So I really made a commitment to myself, and I'll boast on myself here for a second. I went from a struggling childhood growing up, tears, sweat, struggle, to now owning one of the most successful seminar and promoting companies in the United States. It's called called Universal Seminars. How many of y'all, I know we have a lot of speakers in the room. Raise your hand if you've spoken on our stage at Universal Seminars. Raise your hand really high. Actually, stand up. If you've spoken on Universal Seminars stage, go ahead and stand up. Greg's here, awesome. Rhonda, of course, Ken Renner, Del Toro, James was up there too. Charles is going to be, of course, yeah. All right, let me ask you this. How many of y'all are aspiring, how many of y'all are speakers who have a message? Matt, you've got a message. All right, who's the speaker who has a message? Who's the speaker who would love to be surrounding yourself with top name speakers joining the stage throughout the nation? Let me see, raise your hands who, I want to see you stand up. If you are really, really serious about being on one of our stages. Okay, good. I want you to come see me in the back, on the break, in a little bit. Give me your card, email us, do something, all right? Thank you. Have a seat for 1 second. I want to do 2 more quick things before Greg kicks me on stage here.
I'm kicking you out.
Yep. One is, wait, let me ask Greg. Let me ask Greg something. You know what Greg always does is what's he do? He says keep what? Keep smiling, right? Right. Greg, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good. How about
Do you feel pretty good?
you? Believe in the beauty of your dreams. You can do it if you believe it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, I got one more thing for Greg, and let me give this to him. You like that? All right.
That's great.
Let me give one more thing to Greg. Can't get it out. Hold on 1 second. All right, guys, check this out. In Universal Seminars throughout the nation, what we've decided to do is we gave my good friend, my mentor, Greg Reed, has the key to any of our stages, anywhere in the nation, for the rest of his life. So we want to give this and award this to you, sir. Give him a high five, guys. Awesome. Yeah, no, don't put that in the box. Guys, I really want to thank you very much for just being here, and I appreciate your time. Greg, the floor is yours, sir.
Let me have that. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again. Erik Swanson!